Hello everyone, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tay here, and today I will be showing you a Kickstarter that I have gotten earlier this year, maybe February or March, I don't remember, at some point in time. And as you can see by the title, it is called Aurora Tarot Deck, which was designed and created by Cocorrina. Actually, it's something a little funny, and I did not plan for this, but it just so happened while I was checking the Kickstarter page because I want to remember when this whole thing started, a year ago, date to date. So I'm filming this April 20th. So April 20th of last year, the campaign for Aurora started. And I don't know when I backed this thing, like maybe like if it wasn't the day of, maybe it was the day after, because depending if I was on one of my groups when someone talked about it. Anyways, whichever. What is the basis of this deck? So this is a 78 card deck, like I mentioned, superbly designed by Cocorrina, and they describe it as a celestial tarot deck inspired by the moon, the cosmos, and the Palladians with their signature art. So the basic story out of this is that it's an expression of awe to the universe and its majestic wonders, mixed with a love for history and legacy. Since the beginning of modern civilization, humans have looked to the stars, constellation, and planets for guidance, purpose, and connectedness. Always loving to marry contrasts, the inspiration behind this is to elevate the traditional earthy Marseille tarot with the ether through the colors, symbols, and visuals. So you'll probably see I decided to do this video twice, so once in English and once in French, depending which one you want to do it. So they then go on to say that while the major arcana is inspired by the archetype tarot, I guess they want to say like the standard tarot, the pips and court cards are based on the traditional Marseille tarot and reinvented in a way to connect you closer to the ether. There are many reproduction and recreation from different artists since the 16th century, but the Tarot of Marseille is timeless no matter how tarot changes and evolves. The Aurora Tarot is based on a recreation of an Italian deck from the 1880s by an unknown artist, with all the pip cards included from Ace to King. Okay, so now, that I think that kind of actually brings a little bit more light to what I was saying in my French version while I was doing the unboxing and the flip through. But in any case, you'll see it for yourself once I look at it. So this is how it came in. I got, personally, I pledged for the deck and a physical guidebook. As you can see, it's much bigger. We'll talk about the book later because this too, it's quite a style. And also as part of the thing that came with my pledge was this little poster art. Pretty cool. It's not the moon card. I forgot which it is. Maybe no, not the star. Or I think it's one of the court cards actually. I'm like saying a whole bunch of nonsense. Anyways, I'm sure we'll see it. So it came with that, which is very pretty. And I also something I found cool when the box, like when it all came to me, it came in one of those boxes. I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen it, like a few companies do it. It's basically not like, you know, those square boxes that take a whole space, but it's almost like if you could picture like a flat box and they kind of wrap it around in some of the way. And then they have a really nice tape. That's just things I noticed on the packages, but like I like their tapes. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, I'm shaking it. But anyways, yeah, this was the box. So it's not a, you know, a built box. It's it's not quite 3D. Sorry, I'm tossing it, but yeah, it's kind of nicely wrapped. It takes a little bit less space. I kind of like that. In any case, let me just stop talking about nonsensical stuff. So here we are. We can see the box here. Now they mentioned that it was designed in Sweden and produced in China. They also actually, what I've discovered is that they have a store in Greece. And if, you know, the day that I'm able to go to Greece, I will make a detour to check out that store because that just sounds like it'd be super cool. So back to the box. It is a tuck box. Beautiful combo of blues, some deep navy blues, gold foil going on here. What I do like about the talk box is that it does not have the notch. Like, you see the indentation. Normally it's supposed to grip the flaps there, but it does not have actual notches. So it was very easy to open the box without any issues. Inside, it has a nice pattern. It was nicely decorated, and I don't know if you can catch it, but it does have the little flecks of the card, the edges there. And I think I was able to kind of catch it there. Here, I think you kind of see it around here. Okay, so we will, there we go, empty the box. Now, as for the cardstock, it is thin but functional. It's not flimsy. I just kind of bending it like this. I don't know if it has like a, sorry, I just had to see if it kind of wibble wobbled. Those who don't know. But no, it has a good strength to it. It has a linen texture and is matte. Also has foil gold accents, and the cards are reversible. So if you like to flip your cards around, there is no problem. Like I mentioned about the flex on the box, we have a very nice gold color edge. It kind of gives me like those antique gold patina type of thing. A very nice, strong gold. And yes, when I took out the box, I think it's like a little scuff. I don't know, from the handling before it was put in the box. But you know what? It's gonna be used. So I'm not gonna, and maybe it does. Do I have some? We'll see. Because this is the second time I'm handling it. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up with some flex on my hands, but we'll see. And now let's go look at the cards. And we can already see it's looking very nice. We have a nice black background. Here, this makes me think of like the eclipse. There was an eclipse earlier this month. In any case, I'm like going on a tangent here. So we're gonna start first and foremost with the Fool. Very nice. It looks like she's dancing here or is in movement. And like I mentioned, this makes you think of like an eclipse, maybe a solar eclipse, lunar eclipse. Then we have the Magician. I guess I should say there can be nudity. I guess there is nudity, but not like, I'll call it artful nudity. Like, it's like you saw it, for example, for the Magician, there was just a breast exposed, but there's like essentially a pasty. Then we have the High Priestess. Here the columns are much less important. It's almost like armrests. It's just like part of the chair and that's it. The Empress. The Emperor. So there's an example of nudity. It's artful. The Hierophant. The Lovers. I definitely feel like I've seen those two characters in a painting somewhere. I don't know where, but it definitely, like, I have the feeling like I've seen them in some old painting. Then the Chariot on a unicorn. And it looks like her halo has like, it's kind of like super shiny. And I'm concerned for her neck position though. I don't know why I'm thinking about that, but yeah. Anyways, then Strength. So see, we can see that it's a Rider-Waite system, at least for the majors. Then the Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. Again, I find it very cool. Justice. The Hanged One. It also looks like this lady is part of a painting. I want to say a Venus painting. I might be wrong. Rebirth instead of the Death card. Hold on, yes. I thought I missed. I didn't put them back proper. So Rebirth, Temperance, the Devil, when I saw this devil, I thought that this was the softest looking devil that I've come across in a almost ever, well, in a long while. Like I know that I like, you know, just bearing in mind the meanings of that, usually it's like meant to come across either as scary or something serious or heavy, but that's not the feeling that I get with that devil card. Then the Tower, which I like because it just kind of seems like whatever support, like, I don't know, I guess if she was sitting there, her support system just kind of is failing her and she's just kind of sinking. It's like it's the moment of like when you sink in after like something shakes you to your core or something. The Star. We have the Moon. The Sun. Judgment. I like her too. And the World. That could be like a tapestry. Now we're on to the minors, and we're starting off with the coins. Now here we'll definitely see the Marseille style that was talked about, that I read from the Kickstarter campaign page. So we can definitely see, you know, the heavy decorativeness, the ornamentalness of it. Like it's very lush. And I thought these were feathers, but actually those might actually be wheat chaffs, are they called? Now we have the 2. So you see it's pips as a nod to the Marseille miners. The 3, 4, 5, 6, and we had also the numbers on the side. I forgot to add that. 7, 8, 9. Very symmetrically beautiful. Oh, 10. Like care was put in to make it like symmetrical and just nice to the eyes. And also one thing that I didn't mention while we were flipping the card is that on the face of the cards you'll see some foil accents, gold foil accents. So here on the stars, the numbers. If we go now, we're at the page of coins, you'll see the same thing here. So for here, the name of the card. Then we have the Knight of Coins, who is riding a snake. The Queen of Coins. I'm thinking fairy because of the wings. And then the King of Coins. Now we are moving on to the cups. This is a beautiful fountain like going on. The 2. 3. 4. 5. You have 6. It's kind of moving around for me. Yeah. 7. We got 8. 9. And 10. Now here we are with the Page of Cups. Oh, and the little fish. I just saw it in there. And the dress here looks like a waterfall. The Knight of Cups. Riding a flying fish, maybe. And the Queen. Very pretty. And the King. There is style and flair going on here with the King of Cups. I like that. Now we're moving on to the swords. And this is a beautiful Ace of Swords. I would put it in my favorites. I don't know how high, because it's subject to move all the time. Roughly top 20. How about that? But this is really beautiful. The flames that are kind of licking the blade there, and all of that. Like, it's really pretty. Something that I've noticed also when like either Pip style or Marseille decks, I tend to like the sword suits the best, well, when it comes to the minors. So this is the 2. You have the 3. 4. And a small difference that you'll find with the swords, the classic Marseille will be a continuous blade. Yeah, from memory, I'm pretty sure it's like usually a continuous blade, but here they kind of break it with those little, I guess, accent or decoration or whatever. So it's not that it's 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 1, 9. It's just the two swords on each side plus 1 breaking the harmony of the 4 to move on to the 6 of swords. We have 7. Then 8. Oop. There's 9. And 10. Now we have the Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords, who's riding a swan or a duck or a... Okay, no, not a duck. A swan or a goose. Then the Queen of Swords. And the King of Swords, with a neat little golden crow. And the wands, again, very pretty staff. We have the 2. And 3, sorry about that. 4. We got 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Here is the page. The Knight of Wands. The Queen of Wands. It's missing a cat though. And then the King of Wands, who's sitting on the salamander. And here we are. That concludes our flip through. Hope you guys liked it. And again, the images, I find them very pretty. Obviously, those that prefer pips, that probably won't be your jam. But again, because it's Marseille style and not but on a Rider-Waite Smith, I guess depending how you like to read your cards, if it's you kind of look at the image, or if maybe it's more coming from your brain first, like whatever kind of hits you. There might be something you might be interested in this deck. Now, for shuffling the cards, it is a little clumpy, but it's not too bad. Partly because of the linen finish. It's not glossy. It doesn't have that rose petal finish or anything like that. Shuffling them, I don't have issues, except when I'm trying to riffle shuffle. That's just because I'm having issues riffle shuffling today, of all days. But it's nice and flexible. You can nicely riffle shuffle. You can, well, one flipped up there. We're gonna read this one. You can do the bridge if you want. So I'm gonna see if I can pull a major arcana so we can take a look at how the guidebook is laid out for the Aurora. Ah, there you go. There's a good bridge. I did that well. So overhand, riffle shuffle, no problems. Oh, and I can smell like the fresh paper print smell off these cards. I don't know. It smells really nice. All right, if a major arcana is not manifesting itself, I'm going to go find it myself. All right. Ah, thank you. Perfect. Right on time. The moon. So here they look side by side. You can see just the style that comes from it. Now, let's go with, doesn't it sound like it's chunky? This guidebook. It is thick, but that is because the way that they built this book, now you can see they decided to put gold accent as well on the side, is that not only you have information on the cards, I'll show you that to you. Look at just the inside print. It's hardcover instead of you didn't hear it the first time. This print here is the same that you find inside of the box. Okay. And then, so they called it a book of tarot, a journey of self-discovery. In the table of contents, you'll have a little bit about the journey of self-discovery, the history, how to read, spreads, Then after that, it goes through the explanation for each. And then it starts right there. And then see, depending on its position in a spread, every card in a tarot reading creates a narrative that reflects the reader's life and circumstances. Reading the cards is a process of exploring the symbolisms and meaning, and with them gaining an insight into your emotions and thoughts. Tarot reading is a process of self-reflection, grounding, understanding, and getting in touch with yourself on a deeper level. Then after that goes to the history and all of that, etc., etc., etc. How to read tarot. And then let me see. Then it goes a little bit like for those that already have some knowledge about the structure and what their associations and all that, so it'll be kind of like a refresher, or I already know these type of thing. A quick little keywords for numerology sake. So if you pull a 9 versus a 10 or a 2. And then some keywords also for the pages and knights and queens and king, which I think this is pretty cool. Then we go into the spreads. So we got the single cards, 2-card spread, past, present, future, or put in the keywords you want there. Then for a new month, they suggest this, a 4-card spread, and ending all of that with a Celtic cross. And right away then, when we go into the meanings of each card, we can see that we have a full page color of the card. Very pretty. And oh no, wait, I am just noticing, I thought it was extra details, but I didn't see it the first time. But I have a misprint on my book. If you can see the outline versus where the colors were applied, it's off. And I think it's just here. It's like just here. The rest seems to be printed here. But for some reason, all of this here got misprinted. Well, that's a shame. I don't know. Should I email or should I just be like, don't care? You let me know. To email or to not email. It has been a few months since I got it. It's not as if I opened it first. So, I don't know. Anyways, here, continuing, we have the name of the card, some keywords for the symbolism, and an explanation. Then, in reverse, the same thing. And there's some questions that you can ask for insight. And what they've added is a whole page for you to write notes about the card. And it continues on like this. Oh, see, let me see. See, the magician here is printed, like it's aligned properly. I'm not seeing some misalignments. So it might just be the one page here. In any case, so here. We'll start, since I pulled that one first, we'll start with the 5 of coins, which we can see what it looks like with the little shines going on here. We are going to go through the coins, and we can see that nicely. Okay. What is nice is that they've kept the same layout for the minors, which I think is very cool. I like when this happens. Here, the name, in this case for the 5 of coins, the symbolisms, we have worry, struggle, financial loss, recession, struggle, hardship. In terms of explanation, this is how what they say. The 5 of coins is one of the most challenging cards as it represents a change in your material situation in life, rejection and hardship. There is an adverse change in your circumstances, struggles, and bad luck in the air. Everything seems to be against you and you're feeling wholly broken down now. You have hit hard times and no longer feel safe and stable. This hardship could be poverty, significant loss, or losing your job or house. When While this card signifies crisis, you may always receive support in a spiritual form or a relationship. Don't hesitate to reach out for help, swallow your pride, and have a loved one close to you to lean on. It's good to remember that even though things look disheartening, no situation is permanent. This too shall pass because nothing lasts forever. Take a few moments to find out what you may be doing wrong. Are you standing in your way, sabotaging your success? Release focus on the negative things and work on the good things happening in your life right now. Then, if the card was in reverse, the symbolism, we have recovery from loss, positive changes. Ooh, again, a misalignment. What is going on here? Forgiveness, making progress, and financial improvement. One of the few positive cards in reverse, the Five of Coins, represent quick recovery from the material crisis, swift healing, or even a change in your mindset that will help you see the situation in a new light. You have been through tough times and have overcome great hardships. At last, all the negativity has ended and only positive changes will happen in your life. You've managed to release toxic situations that belong to the past. You have struggled a lot, but you've found a way to make the best out of it and see the bright side. You deserve all the success that comes your way. This card in reverse represents good luck and improvement in your relationships, health, and finances. You can now start to rebuild your foundations and anything that took a major hit through the challenging times. And as for insight, how is my relationship with money and how do I deal with hardship? Those are some good questions. Sorry, my nose is itching. I don't know why. Now let us go to the moon. So this is the moon here. Here we go. The symbolisms that we have are illusion, intuition, subconscious, dreams, deception, and insecurity. Then an explanation. The moon represents illusions. Things may not be as they seem, and this card requests your caution. You find yourself in watery depths surrounded by mystery and an entrance to another realm where you are in touch with your intuition and subconscious. The moon's reflected light has lighted your path, but it's not enough to give you complete clarity. Closely connected to dreams, this card draws your attention to hidden messages that your subconscious draws your attention to when you're asleep. The energy of the moon is expressed in people who are mysterious and radiant magic, who have prophetic dreams, and who are very in touch with their intuition. You may find yourself attached to the lunar cycle and easily attract everything you think of. Study the law of attraction. Oh, let me just put myself here like this. Study the law of attraction and manifestation as they come naturally to you. You have a great imagination, which is how you stay in touch with the positive side of this energy. And for the reverse, repressed emotion, inner confusion, truth blocked, intuition, and self-deception. The moon in reverse clears all illusions, and now you know what you are dealing with as the truth unravels. You still feel confused, but have gained more clarity and are listening more to your instincts than your fear. The rough journey ends, and you feel much better while some anxieties remain. This card represents people prone to depression and can easily feel apathy. Phobias may be taking over you, but the first step to overcoming them is acknowledging and understanding them. Work on yourself and don't hesitate to ask for help from friends and family. Trust in your heart and intuition to get out of the illusions you have created. You are urged to work through your insecurities and repressed feelings to find new clarity and shine light on your shadows. This card helps you release your fears and all the negative energy from your life. As for insight, what am I still looking for and what do my dreams mean? Again, good questions. Sorry, again, my nose is itchy and I don't know why. So yeah, the explanations in the book definitely, to me at least, they definitely lean more Rider-Waite-Smith than Marseille, because I guess during the campaign I was wondering if they were gonna borrow or if they were gonna make a hybrid, I guess, of Marseille and Rider-Waite-Smith, meaning, or The minors would have more of a Marseille meaning versus the majors, but reading these two cards, I think it's just a Rider-Waite-Smith system with pips for minors, and that's pretty much that. So, conclusion, what do I think of Aurora by Cocorrina? It is beautiful, first off. I mean, with the attention to detail, like I mentioned, definitely a 10 out of 10. This deck, I don't know, makes me feel like I'm in the middle of space, or in like some dream or something. And just because of like that blue palette is I don't know, I guess it's just that navy royal blue palette kind of gives me that vibe, especially when it's I think especially when it's kind of mixed with gold. Like navy blue and gold seems like a you can't go wrong with that combo. Otherwise, the art is beautiful, and I can definitely see that influence. Like they said that it was, at least for the minors and the course, it was inspired by this old deck, Italian deck, and I can see it. But even that lovers, and even like for example the judgment card here, I could see a figure or a character like that in one of those old paintings. The minors, personally, I like them. They are so pretty. They're beautiful, especially the aces. The aces were, again, in my favorites. The court cards also, I like them. There, here's an example of the aces. Like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. The cardstock is good, but now see. Okay, hold on. Let me see, because I was wondering if I had some gold flecks. I'm seeing it. Oh, I'm seeing a little bit of gold flecks, but I don't think that the camera will capture it well. So it's just little dustings. Nothing crazy. So for you people, any part of the population that is not a fan of, edging, like flaking and all of that, again, the design, the edges, gold, very nice. But I do have a feeling that it may either rub off or come off relatively, like where your thumb goes or where your hand goes. I have a feeling it'll rub off. I would say if you use it like a lot, it might come off. But here is fine, because I wasn't shuffling this way. So that's something for you guys to keep in mind if that is something that might concern you. The back of the cards also, like, it's beautiful. That's also what we find in the book. The book itself, it is definitely a beautiful looking book. It is complete, like it looks complete. I do like the that the majors and the minors have the same layout for explaining themselves and the meanings, and I do appreciate that extra page. Will I put notes in there? Literally, there are high chances that I won't personally. I'm sure there's an exception somewhere, but as of right now, it's more likely that I'll just, if I want to write something, it'll be in one of my own notebooks, because I'm doing like a whole spread or something like that. I don't think that I would write necessarily a note about an individual card by its, like, just one card. Otherwise, I was missing something. Yes, so definitely this is a Rider-Waite-Smith with a pip minor, so I do understand those that are not fan of pips. But I almost would want to like tell you guys to give it a chance, because it's really pretty. So that's just me. But you don't have to listen to me. And again, the cardstock, very nice. I do like the texture and that it's matte. It is slidey. Like it slides, but it still has some grips. It's not extra crazy slidey or anything like that. Oh, I do like that Knight of Coins. Like this, an example of how pretty that is. Oh, this is what I nearly forgot. Currently, if you go on Cocorrina's website, I'll put their link and everything. Currently, this is the Blue Edition that was on Kickstarter. When they were ready to ship, and they were starting to ship this deck, they made a recoloring of this in gold. And it's called the same thing. So Aurora, the Gold Edition, I think they called it. So if blue wasn't your thing, but you're a gold girl and you're a shiny girl, I would definitely invite you to go check out the gold edition of it. It looks pretty, and it's the same like black background. It's just that where you would see blue, it's now in tones of gold. And also, if you're looking to get a copy of the Blue Edition, you will not be able to find it on their website, on the Cocorrina's website, because this I went and checked it today. It's out of stock. It's not they made a note on it, on the listing that they have, that it was exclusive for Kickstarter, or it was just a limited time exclusive, and so therefore they don't have any more prints. So if you are looking for a blue theme, then you will have to look into secondhand sources. So whether it's eBay, a Facebook group, Discord, wherever, but the blue itself, it's not there. Will they reprint it? I do not know, but as of now, it's out of print. It's not available. Cocorrina itself will not print it. But they do have the gold. The gold looks pretty. I was tempted to get the gold, but then I thought I was being extra. But that is it for me for now, and I will stop talking now before I just keep on going down random tangents and all of that. Let me know what you think of Aurora Blue Edition, and at the same time the Gold Edition if you want to check it out. Is this a deck that would interest you? What do you think about it? Is it a hard pass because it's pips, or would you give it a chance? I'm saying, like, I'm trying to enable you. Don't listen to me try to enable you. That's just because I like it personally, but I think it's really pretty. Personally, because I'm seeing that the guidebook is definitely Rider-Waite-Smith. I can definitely see myself falling back into Rider-Waite-Smith meanings, but because it is pips, I could apply Marseille, read it like a Tarot Marseille deck. The only difference is that the strength and justice cards are in the wrong spot, but that's if I don't do numerology. I don't count the cards that I pull out in a spread all that often anyways, so it's not a big concern. But in any case, let me know your questions, your comments, all in down there, that box down there when you look down past the description that has the link for the gold edition and all the rest of the stuff, like down there. Yeah, down there. Boop, boop. And until next time, thank you so much for sitting here or standing there, whatever, through this flip through. And until next time, bye bye, guys.